so we just came to Weston Lake Recreation Center, Army Recreation Center for Fort Jackson. We're in Hopkins. And getting things set up. But I got a couple of things that I got a couple of things that I want to show y'all after I get these chocks out. Do y'all put the, so I was talking to someone and they said with their chocks they put this flat side down on the ground. I say put this side down because this is more like a tire tread, you know, and it grips better. That's what I say. So that's what I put down.
And it works.
And unlike a lot of other people, I chock all 4 tires. We chock all 4 tires. I put those inside, right?
Yeah, those are inside. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Now, first thing I want to show y'all here, right? I'm coming back that way.
You look like you got a new toy, don't you?
I do. So, and I've been using these for a minute. These here,
about a month.
Yeah. These jack blocks, they're really cool. And, you know, they hold, I think it's 6,000 pounds each.
They're the Andersens.
Andersen trailer jack blocks. And they hold 6,500 pounds each. And I was, you know, looking at a YouTube channel, and you know, they made some blocks for the jacks, and I decided to go ahead and try it, and I did, and they were just big and clunky.
Heavy?
Yeah, they were extremely heavy. These have a magnet on them, so they hold to the feet. They hold to the feet like that. So when you put them down, they're already in place, right? And same thing on this side. Let the magnet hold them in place. And while that's going on, get my sewer stuff out of here. Then Minnie can do her thing. And I'm going to take the camera so Minnie can do her thing. This is not new. This is I had for a while. My tire step. This is a...
Whenever he unplugs it, he go ahead and wind it up and put it up so it don't hit the ground or get dirt in it or even get damaged.
So the bad thing about this site, and it ain't really that bad, is that, you know, this that drop, when it comes time to hook up, we got to be really careful with the hooking up the truck. And I'm gonna show you all the reason I look to have these things when we level. All right, you don't want your leg jacks, especially not the front one, the jack legs, especially not the front ones, to be overextended. And that's what these do. So Minnie's gonna go ahead and auto level. And that's about all of the extension that will happen right there. See there? So people will they'll have their legs really extended far, and then they'll turn around and use anti-stiction fluid in their hydraulic fluid to make the popping stop that happens when the legs are extended. But if you don't extend them so far, then the popping don't happen. You don't have to put anti-stiction fluid in. I'm getting ready to sneeze, so.
Oh, let me grab the camera. Oh,
excuse me.
I couldn't get it. So no. Whatever.
So the anti-stiction fluid is not needed. We don't get popping at all. All right, so got my other new thing here called Maxchock. All right, and it's the wheel chock. So you remember I was using the X-chocks to go between the wheels to stop the rocking, the back and forth motion with the RV. That's primarily what it's supposed to do. But you know, those wore out and they got a bunch of sediment build up on them and that kind of thing. So as opposed to taking them apart and scrubbing them and doing all that, I just got some new ones. And that's these. They're called X-chocks. And with these, they come in a set, all right? And you can hand crank them with the hand crank here. With the, you can hand crank them here with the crank. All right, and it tells you here which direction to tighten and which direction to loosen on here. All right, or, let me show you what else comes in there along with the instructions. Got the hand crank. Then you also get the a socket that goes on the drill, and you also get 2 locks that goes through these holes on the nut. You put these locks on there so people can't get a socket on there to take them off, and it comes with 2 of these here. All right, and did I say instructions? All right. It does not come with a DeWalt cordless drill. And you simply put it on there and that's how it opens and closes. And that's how you put them on the tires. And you know what? I forgot to mention that on here there's a grease fitting, a Zerk fitting for you to put your grease gun on and pump grease in there to keep them lubed. All right, so I'll put a link to these down below. I got them on Amazon, and I'll put a link below so you can go check them out. All right, so you just put them in there,
Get them started. Line them up. And that's it. Easy. Nice and easy.
I don't know where this wind just came from, but it just got windy.
All right. And there you have it.
Maxchocks. That's my new net that I put on the for the bikes, because these so the net has all of these carabiners on it, so they hook on each other, and got the net because this bag for the bikes, this cover, the bike cover is huge. It actually covers 2 bikes. It actually covers both of our e-bikes. The bag is from Electric, and it's huge. It's just huge. And you know, we used to
Net on top of it so it won't blow wind.
we used to carry the e-bikes in 2 45-gallon tubs on the slide tray, but then we ended up getting the bike rack, which is phenomenal in itself, and it's a Swagman, and it's cool. It comes with locks all over the place. Well, not all over the place, but it locks here, and you can unlock it if you use the right key. And we used to have a Swagman bike rack for our regular bikes when we had them. But then we got e-bikes and needed something bigger. And see, you unlock that, pull the hook off, and then you unlock the other one when you can get to it. And that's my only hang up here. It's just not a problem. It's just getting to this hook. And that comes off there. Then I fasten the tires. And then the bike just lifts off. Just like that. Now with this one, I gotta raise these handlebars. You gotta be careful not to bang up the RV when I do raise it. Then I can let it back down once I get that going, so I can get that out the way. And with this one, with the step through, it's got the low sloping down tube. So you gotta get this this crossbar hook thing to put on there. And it hooks on the neck and on the seat post, and it's spring loaded, or you can tear it apart.
Oh my.
All right, you can break it. I mean, it ain't broke, but you can easily smash it apart, which seems to be my thing sometimes. All right, and then again, just lift the bike off. Now, with the hitch, so it has a bolt-in lock down here that secures it, so you don't have a whole lot of bouncing around and play, whiplash and all of that when the RV is going down the road, because your trailer hitch on the RV holds 300 pounds down, and it can pull 3,000 pounds. So, you know, you don't want this thing bouncing all over the place. And that's what that'll come in. So, and I'm just gonna loosen it up so y'all can see the difference. So this is what it would look like. This is what it would look like if you didn't tighten it down. You got all that movement. This is what it looks like. This is what it looks like when you do tighten it down. You got none of that. So it just moves with the RV, which is great. Now, not only is that a bolt to do that, but it also is a lock. And the good and bad thing about this, I guess, this lock, the same key unlocks these hooks. So, you know, I don't know. I guess it's a good thing for convenience. The bad thing is how many others keys can unlock your locks, you know? That could be an issue. So, but we take this out. Just like that. And then I'll lock these again. I'll lock the top one again. It's got a little bit of weight to it. It's not that heavy. I keep it under the nose of the RV. Because I also lock the bikes to the hitch, to this carrier, to the carrier. minutes or in a few seconds, you're gonna find out one reason I really like coming to military bases. You know, back in my younger days when I was active duty, you know, on base, the music played, you got to stop and salute the flag and whatnot when you're in uniform, or just stop when you're not. But in a minute,